So tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
Today on Keepin the Geek Bros podcast, episode 139, we've got Xbox reportedly developing a Wu-Tang Clan themed RPG. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Cream, dollar bill, y'all.
Uncharted Movie trailer review. Frieza dies. Voice actor Chris Ayres passes away. Transformers Rise of the Beast sequel to Bumblebee. Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer 3 review. Alec Baldwin accidentally shoots crew member with a prop gun. And Star Wars Visions episode 3 review. All this and more in this week's episode. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
Yes. Keepin the Geek Bros podcast. I'm vibing. With me is Man, and we are the hosts of Keepin the Geek Bros, a family podcast, allegedly. All right. Moving on. You're going to do Flex's stuff.
Yeah, so what's going on with the Geek Bros?
We are looking at another original recipe web series episode, the Venom review, coming out this week. Be prepared for that. If you haven't seen our first one in a long time, the Black Widow one, it's already up. It's funny as heck. It's over 20 minutes long, and you'd be glad you did. So look forward to that.
Popping off on TikTok, by the way.
And even further into the future, Dune is coming. We're going to be checking out Dune this week and then reviewing it, and you should be able to get that next week. So that's what you want to see. So check it out. Geek Bro stuff is finally ramping up, even if it's just me and Man. Moving on.
Yep.
Well, so Gent, what's on your mind?
What is on my mind? I finished watching season 3, the newest season of You. I don't know if you're into that show. No, it show's called You on Netflix.
Me?
No, not me. You.
Me?
Who, me? You?
Who's me?
No, you. Me.
Oh. I never heard of it before. Never heard of it.
Never heard. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a good show. It's like give you a straight, really short synopsis of the show. It's about some dude who likes to stalk people, and then he really gets like strong crushes and like fatal attractions towards people, or I should say one person, and like it just goes on like what he does and his whole mindset and how he thinks. Like he narrates to himself. Like it's incredible. It's a really good show. You should watch it. I'm telling you right now, you'll like it because it actually peeped up my stalker game, so I'm all about it.
and he admits this on the podcast. I love it.
But I watched the newest season. Also very good season, very great season. I liked what they did with it, and I had a good time watching it. That's about it for me. I got nothing else.
All right, not much going on with me. I just got back from Atlanta with former Geek Bro, or the artist formerly known as Joe Taro. You guys remember him from a couple of episodes. He came on as a brief Geek Bro for a while. He's also the host of another podcast that Man is also involved in. We went and we had a friggin' blast. He was going up there for his Atlanta PD process, and I said I'll join you and to be supportive as a supportive friend. I'm a damn good friend, and basically all I can say is so much hookah, so little time. 3 hookah spots in 2 nights. We had 3 different locations. It was great. We met up with a friend of his there at her restaurant, which was friggin' fantastic. And we had a really good time. It was a lot of fun. Anybody was watching the posts on either that podcast or my podcast, you saw I was having a blast. Then I had an existential crisis by where I may or may not have admitted online that I think I'd make a fantastic housewife.
You did. I did.
It was an existential crisis because on the day that he had his full day, it was me a full day of the process. I was left by myself at the loft. Nice loft, by the way. Jesus Christ! And it also had a roof, and it had a rooftop lounge on this loft. Wow. Anyway, So I'm spending the entire day by myself. I'm like, oh, I got nothing better to do after my workout. So I ended up cleaning the entire loft. I'm talking about wiping it down. I got all the pots. I cleaned all the pots before preparing. I prepared the food, and I was just like, wait a minute, I'm a freaking housewife. So that was a little existential crisis that I had. Other than that, it was great. So that was on my mind. I look forward to the next outing. I really hope we can get Man Man to come next time too, because all we thought about is how much Man Man would have really enjoyed and appreciated this trip, as short as it was, but it was still sweet. All right, so without further ado, episode 139 starts now. But first, subscribe to our podcast. It's the right thing to do. We're we're moving on to the Fresh Scent Geek Bros approved movies of the week. Dune. Paul Atreides, a brilliant and gifted young man born in a great dynasty, born into a great destiny as a dynasty. But that makes sense, though, the way I was saying it. Anyway, into a great destiny beyond his understanding, must travel to the most dangerous planet in the universe to ensure the future of his family and his people. As malevolent forces explode into conflict over the planet's exclusive supply of the most precious resource in existence, only those who can conquer their own fear will survive. So Dune, I hear, is killing it at the box office. The well, I wouldn't call it post-pandemic, but the pandemic box office. Yes, it's on HBO Max. Yes, you can watch it for free. No, we will not be doing that because this movie, from what I understand, not only should you see this movie in the theaters, you should see it in IMAX. That's literally what I'm being told. So look forward to that. Now I know we're going to be reviewing this, man, but are you actually interested in this movie?
I didn't really know too much about it. I didn't watch the original.
What? Come on, fucking on, man.
Yeah.
You didn't see Dune?
Yeah.
The fuck's wrong with you? Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm horrible. No, but I plan on watching it. As I explored the lore and everything behind it.
What about the lore? The lore.
I watch a lot of late night TV shows. You know, Stephen Colbert, The Daily Show. Some other people I can't think of right now off the top of my head. James Corden. One of them they interviewed whoever played Paul Atreides. I forgot his name already. And it really got me looking into it. And yeah, I'm gonna watch the original, and then I'll watch obviously this one. And yeah, so yeah.
Okay, good stuff. I'm excited about it because of Zendaya. I mean, because the graphics look stunning. I never saw the original. Don't know anything about Dune, because I'm a fucking chode, allegedly. But I can't wait to see this. It looks really, really good, and I'm curious where to go. I know this is part one of a longer story, and hopefully
they have books.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, from movie wise, I think they're adapting the book, which adapted the movie. I don't know. So we're going from there, and that's about it. With that, we're gonna move on now to Man's side piece. Xbox Wu-Tang Clan game. This article comes from IGN.com.
I got to do my stupidness here.
I know this. I do your stupidness.
I wasn't prepared. So apparently,
we're going to diversify your bonds.
Microsoft is coming up with a brand new video game based on the Wu-Tang. I really didn't even look at it. The game is going to be codenamed Shaolin. In development by Brass Lion Entertainment, a new studio that focuses on fictional universes that center on the Black, Brown, and other traditional marginalized characters, cultures, and stories. Studio was founded by Manveer Air. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. He was a lead designer on Mass Effect 3. Allegedly. I heard a lot of good things about the Mass Effect series. I haven't even started them yet, so I can't say much. Also, Brina Dabby Smith, who did the Def Jam Vendetta games and Sleepy Dogs, and Rashad Redrick, artist of the Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, and Fallout 3. So far from what I'm reading here, it looks like an interesting, trio of individuals that are involved in this. Collaborators include Grammy winner Just Blaze, Jay-Z, Drake, Beyonce, of course, and writer Evan Narcisse, who did Rise of the Black Panther, as far as the story is going to be done. Nothing reported yet. It's going to be a third-person family fantasy RPG. Will feature content couple dozen hours long. Okay. It is a melee combat focused game and will support up to 4-player co-op. Players go services will include endgame dungeons and tailor-made events. Okay, blah blah blah. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And yeah, it will include the first album, 36 Chambers, which I will love because that's great. Oh, that's a very good album. But yeah, there's no release date as of yet. It says sometime in 2022. And that's about it. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right, cool. I wasn't paying attention to any of that because I couldn't care less. Chris Ayres passes away. Another IGN.com article. Man, you sexy, rugged something you.
You're going through these pretty fast. So our Lord and Savior Frieza, or I should, because I'm singing and stuff.
I literally thought you were gonna say Kevin Samuels. Literally, I was like, what is it? Where is he going with this?
No, wrong podcast.
I was like, where is he going with this?
So the American voice actor Chris Ayres dies at 56. He passed away peacefully in his sleep and held close by his mother, brother, and his girlfriend. No cause of death has been announced, and it happened October 18th.
That's the English actor of Frieza?
Yes.
The English voice actor? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that sucks.
So we're going to hear somebody different if they continue going on with this. But that's pretty much it. Just wanted to put that out there. For our Dragon Ball Z fans out there.
Dragon.
Passed away.
Mark the Dragon Ball. Ugh. All right, Rise of the Beast, a Bumblebee sequel. Another IGN.com article.
Yeah, the only thing I got to say is that they finally finished wrapping up this movie.
Okay, do you know anything about it?
It is going to. See, you're so funny. It's going to be the sequel of the Bumblebee movie, which is now official. No, actually, it wasn't that bad. But so the Bumblebee movie is officially its own canonical story. It's independent from Michael Bay. Is that what it is now? It's officially its own thing. Because it was touted as the prequel to Transformers, but is it now officially its own separate universe? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I mean, it doesn't make any sense what they're doing, because it's not like Bumblebee is that much of a prolific character for them to be having a little side story with him. It doesn't. Live action series focused on Autobots Deception. Speed reading through all this, but yeah, it doesn't look like the plan was to do it that way, but I guess they did because they had to. I'm guessing they had to make sense of the I forget what they were called. The dinosaur ones.
Yeah.
Predacons? No, whatever.
What? The Predacons from Beast
yes.
Wars.
So they had to make sense of where they came from. So where? There was no Predacons. No, the dinosaur ones, dude. Like
from the Age of Extinction.
Yes.
Oh, the
remember they just came. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So simple. Yeah, bro. Listen, like I don't know. I'm not here. My stomach hurts. But yeah, Scourge apparently will be the main villain in this movie, and it will hit theaters June 24th, 2022. And that's pretty much all I got. They wrapped it up and they're just doing post-production, and we're gonna go from there. I don't really see much else here about it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, I thank you so much for your contribution. We're gonna move on to the cure for your common day. Ghostbusters Afterlife Trailer 3. Now, I can't discuss this with you because you actually haven't seen it. So we're going to break rank. We're going to share my screen. We're going to watch it together and have a discussion. So, sexy girlfriend. There we go.
Who's my sexy girlfriend? I want one.
Oh, that's right. Can you see my screen?
I can see it.
All right, here we go.
Mom?
It's never good when there's cornfields.
Honestly, I have no idea.
found is in my living room.
Wait a minute. This thing is real? Somehow, a town that has no fault lines is shaking on a daily basis.
Gotta come in for this movie.
What is that?
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Oh my god.
Is that the painting?
This isn't mine. It's a gateway.
I didn't see it. What painting?
With is it Vigo in the second one?
There!
What do we do?
It's not green.
I love this car.
That's Slimer.
Go, go, go!
That's Slimer's cousin.
Yeah. Wait, is that shooting at him? Did you see what that thing was doing?
What exactly is happening here?
He's shooting something.
We need to finish what our grandfather started.
Is that the museum from the second one?
That's not good.
Or the building? The gatekeeper. That's got to be the keymaster.
Hey, buddy.
No way.
Here's what I like and what I don't like. I like that there's the tone of this movie. I like where they're going with it. What I don't like is how much they're leaning on nostalgia for the first movie instead of telling a wholly original third movie. In other words, this is going to be the Force Awakens of the Ghostbusters franchise. So instead of telling a wholly original story, you're going to find some kind of loophole or extension to movie one.
First and second one. Because remember, the second one dealt with the picture and the slime underneath the city.
Yeah, but they're gonna play lip service maybe to the second one. The second one wasn't as fun, or I mean, I loved it, but people didn't really like it as much as the first one. So what I am saying is, I wish they would tell just another story. You can pass the torch without leaning so heavily on the first movie. But I like how shitty those dogs look. Okay. And no, I'm telling you right now, I love it because they look terrible. They didn't age. The graphics for the first movie did not age well. And
No.
I liked that what they did was they updated the graphics, but they still look shitty.
They kept the same model.
They kept how shitty they look. And I like that because they could have easily done more with that. But no, I think they know we'd appreciate that. So I loved it. And of course, Paul Rudd is a national treasure. Okay.
Yes, he is.
He's the jewel of this country. So I'm all on board. What about you, man?
I mean, I'm on board. I think when they first like teased that this movie was coming out, I wasn't really interested at all. But now having, I guess, seen all the trailers that have been coming out now, I'll watch it. I'll see what's up.
I'll watch it. It's all right. Absolutely look forward to it. When it comes out, we'll definitely be doing a Geek Bros original recipe episode on it. So check out for that. So, all right, we're moving on to Open Mic. All right, Uncharted movie trailer review, I guess. Hit it up, man. This is all you.
So did you watch it?
I did. Only because of all the hate that I read about it, I had to watch it. I mean,
yeah, listen,
it's discount Indiana Jones, I guess.
I've played the games. I'm not really a fan of them choosing Tom Holland to play Nathan Drake.
Well, Nathan Drake, the cartoon character, looks way older than.
Well, that's the thing. Tom Holland is he effectively looks and acts way too young. Right. It's kind of like when Elijah Wood came out of doing something else, and you were like, wait. What's going on here? Like, it just it doesn't work for me. Like, Nathan Drake is supposed to be a man in his 30s.
He's supposed to be a man.
Yeah, a man in his
A
30s, and
man.
Tom Holland he's still kind of young. I mean, he's probably in his late 20s or mid 20s or whatever, but still, like he doesn't sit well with the idea of being
Right.
Nathan Drake. Now, could be wrong, could watch the movie and he's probably amazing at it, but I don't see it at all. It just doesn't work for me.
All I saw was Spider-Man in his performance. That's really all that I saw. Like that
Pretty
was
much.
pretty
And
much what I
then
saw.
again, I have nothing against Mark Wahlberg, but uh,
I have
I'm
everything.
sorry,
I
Sully.
have everything against Mark Wahlberg.
Sully is supposed to be again a lot older. he's the older guy that's not Riggs, but Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Danny Glover. He's always like, "Oh, I'm too old for this shit." That's
Right.
supposed to be Sully. Sully's like, "Oh man, I'm the older guy, but I can't do this shit. You're supposed to do all that crazy nonsense." You don't see that in Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is an action star. He's action filled. So for him to look like he's taking a backseat in this, I don't know. I mean, again, this could be taking place in the earlier years of Nathan Drake.
That's what I was gonna say. They're probably expecting this to be a franchise, so they picked actors who can grow into their roles.
Yeah, that's fine if that's where they're going with it, but just I don't know. I hope they do it well because the games are so great.
The trailer looked like ass.
I didn't like the trailer.
I wasn't interested in any part of that. I just wanted to keep it real.
The trailer did not sell me to watch this movie. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it, but it just if I didn't play the games, I would have been like, nah.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Not for me.
I'm not interested.
I'll wait for that to come out digital, and I'll watch it at home.
I won't even watch it digitally. I have no interest in this whatsoever. I mean, if you make me watch it for a web series episode, I'll do it, sure. But other than that, I have no interest. It looks like discount Indiana Jones to me, or a very, very interesting looking national treasure. So
but that's basically what it is. I mean, have you played the games?
No, I have no life. So
okay.
If it's not an RPG, I don't care.
There's 5 of them. One of them being like a side story to like the third one or the second one, something like that. But there's 5. Yeah, you don't care. Shut up.
All right, we're gonna move on to Alec Baldwin accidentally shoots a crew member with a prop gun.
Oh,
now I put that as a question mark because people are railing on Alec Baldwin. He already feels bad enough as it is. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Let's be reasonable. A prop gun, when a prop is given to an actor, it is tested, it is deemed safe, and it is handed to them saying, this is what you're doing with it, and it is safe. Okay. That's 1. 2, this person was shot with a real bullet. Is that what they're saying?
They're saying it's a projectile. They're not saying it's an actual bullet. Okay. But from what I'm hearing, the executive producer, I'm guessing, has a history of dangerous decisions when it comes to his movie sets. Dangerous as in they're not always 100% safe. Safety is always a concern. Where some of the actors or the people involved in creating the movie experience are not always comfortable. So there's been a little bit of a speculation that he didn't do something that he's normally supposed to do that would have probably prevented this from actually happening.
All I can say is that it is very suspect. It's very weird. And if you like to go to conspiracy route, the individual who was shot has an association with the Clintons, apparently. Yeah, no, hold on. But this is true, though. This is true. They actually do have an association with the Clintons. And there is that conspiracy theory about the Clinton body count. That has been a lot of deaths and suicides around people that are close to the Clintons. So take it for what you will, but this is a freak accident and it's quite suspect and it's weird. But all I can say, it's not Alec Baldwin's fault. He was given a prop. He was given a prop. He assumed it was safe. I don't know what happened, how it got discharged. Maybe he was just joking around with it and saying, yay, who knows? But it's not his fault.
Or maybe he was using it. I mean, it's a prop gun. It was given to him for a reason.
Correct.
It was probably
So
they're probably shooting it with
right. So, yeah.
shooting the scene.
Shooting the scene with purpose. So I'm just saying is that it's unfortunate, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. And all the memes that are going and whatever, he already feels bad for this from what I heard. I heard he's going to retire from acting a little bit because he's so traumatized. And you killed somebody, accidentally, no matter what was said, you could have moved the gun somewhere else. And you know what I'm saying? Like it'll crush your soul. So I think this story is very suspect. I would love to know what investigation they go into this to figure out what happened, because that shouldn't have happened. This wasn't an accident like, a stuntman fell off a bridge or something. No, this was like ridiculous. So let's just move on from there. Lastly, before we wrap it up on the short episode, this is what happens when we have nobody showing up. Star Wars Visions, episode 3, The Twins. Twins born into the dark side clash aboard a massive Star Destroyer when one gains possession of a powerful weapon. I'm on the fence about this episode. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm not saying that I liked it. But what I'm saying is it was one of the most absurd things Star Wars related that I've ever witnessed. Ever witnessed. The animation was interesting. The concept was interesting. The execution was absurd. Very absurd. Laughably absurd. And how it ended, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It was very anime. Very anime.
Yeah.
Like very anime. And
not as anime as the first episode, but
the first episode was stylized. This is anime. This is anime, pure anime. The way they powered up, the way the camera moved. It kind of reminded me of Fooly Cooly. You ever saw Fooly Cooly? FLCL? No. If you watch it, you'll see, because the dynamic, the animation, and especially the way the camera worked was like that. It reminded me of Fooly Cooly. That's how absurd it was. Fooly Cooly is absurd. It's absurd as hell, but cool. This is just absurd. I would say, if I had to say something, I liked it. But would I ever watch it again? Not if I'm not on acid. So, man, how do you feel about it?
Okay, so the whole thing threw me off completely. So the only reason why I can't say I didn't like it was because they start the episode, they're on a Star Destroyer, and they're talking about how they have this weapon that can destroy worlds for the Empire, yada, 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 dark side talk, all that Sith talk nonsense,
dark
right?
Side.
And then
something dark side, something complete. You know that? Do you know that? I fucking love that.
And then I can't even think straight now, like dumbass. And then like it's all dark side imperial talk or whatnot, and then they talk about the weapon and how the brother and the sister are gonna be like taking over everybody and doing everything. And then all of a sudden the weapon goes missing, and spoiler alert, it's the brother. And then it's like the brother's not even wearing his armor, and he looks like a Skywalker.
Yeah.
And
can we just take a moment to say that neither of them were in any suits, and they were in space, talking and breathing and fighting in space.
They were not in any suits whatsoever.
That threw me off completely, because
as you can see here,
I'm like, well, at least show me like a force bubble or something. Why are they able to speak and do anything in space? It was driving me nuts.
Any protection. Yeah.
No protection.
The fact that he looked like Skywalker, to me, I was already done with this episode. I was like, fuck, another reference to Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are we gonna do this now? Like,
but here's the thing, they never explained, if they were born into the dark side, how did he turn to the light?
Exactly.
How did he turn to the light?
That's what had me lost. You're basically test tube babies, right? Because that's pretty much, they were grown in a lab. They were grown and made strictly from the dark side of the Force. And then all of a sudden, he's no longer the dark guy. He's like, you know what? I didn't want this to happen. I didn't want to do what you guys planned to do or what. Like, he all of a sudden became a good guy. And
but this is all he knew. This is what he's grew up on. This is his reality. Like, what? And then all of a sudden he experienced. All of a sudden.
And there's no mention on why.
No. And it just
happened.
Where the hell did he get an X-wing from?
I don't know.
Where did he get an X-wing from? He's part of the Empire. Where did he get an X-wing from? You know, like
It's
so.
just-
Actually, you know
it
what? You know,
was-
I'm changing my mind. I'm beginning to dislike this movie. Now that we're picking it apart, I'm beginning to dislike this more and more and more. Because there's so many things that bothered me. Like, where was
as soon as the robe came off and he looked like Luke Skywalker, I was done. I was like, I can't. This is ridiculous. Like, oh, and then they're fighting, and like the fight scene, I think was a little interesting to see because it was like, tentacles and shit coming out all over the place. That was interesting. Like as far as the normal like the Force lightning, it was like Force sabering. It was crazy.
Lightning.
Yeah, it was. But just as far as like everything else, it was just it was like weird. Like there was there was no there was character development, but it was already developed, and you're just completely lost on why I got there.
Yep.
Because it was like these two twins, strong in the Force, in the dark side of the Force, and then I'm a good guy.
Yep.
So,
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I get it for time's sake. They had to speed, but they didn't. It wasn't believable to me. I still recommend it because it is a trip to watch. As long as you don't take it seriously, don't break it apart. If you break it apart, they start asking questions, the whole narrative breaks down. The whole thing breaks down. But as a concept, I would have loved to have seen this thing fleshed out as something more grounded, please, as a movie or as a series. This would have been great as a Disney Plus grounded live action or grounded animation series. Somewhere set off in somewhere in the other galaxy, nobody, like a side story that nobody ever knew. Like kind of like it runs like how each Gundam series has all these side stories that allegedly existed at the exact same time the main Gundam series was going on, though it was never mentioned. There's always these it's called Gundam like all these side stories. This could have been one little side stories. This could have been canon, but it's so far removed from the full story that you don't know it happened, and it was never referenced. Could have done that. So that's about it. For this short episode, why not? Shameless promotions before we get going.
I am Man on YouTube and Facebook, and Man17093 on IG, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, all that stuff.
All right, Vibe Studios, VIBEREVSTUDIOS. That's Instagram, Twitter.com, Facebook, YouTube. Just look it up. There's plenty of stuff there. You like it because I like it, and I like it because you like it. Of course, you can find the Geek Bros, however many they are at any given time. GEKBR0S. That's GEKBR0S. That's it. That's our IG and our Twitter. Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEKBR0. So yahoo.com. If you want to email us, because nobody does anymore. Facebook.com/GeekBros with a 0, GEKBR0S. That's probably the hot spot. That's where all the interactions usually take place. So if you want to join the team, go over there, talk to us. MovieGeeksPC.com, the first place. Listen to us weekly. And of course, YouTube.com/Vibrant Studios, where you can catch our buttery faces in this live video. So with that being said, that's it for Keeping Up the Geek Bros podcast. And remember, geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.